Assalamualaikum students, it's me, Miss Aima. I am from Army Public School and College, Khanewal. And a very good morning to all of you. It's a week 1, day 2, class 8, subject English language, and this is the TEX online sport program. So today our topic is from Unit 1, that is me and my family. And the chapter which we are going to read today, that is the Ming Dynasty. And it's page number 16 and 17, and the audio track is 1.3, which is available with your books. And you just you just play that CD and listen that audio track. That is audio track 1.3. So for this lesson, our objectives are we will be able to comprehend the text and summarize the passage. And our success criteria, remember to leave out the unnecessary details in summary writing. So when our success criteria will be fulfilled, when you not give the unnecessary details, means you just write the summary up to the mark and important points in the summary. So for brainstorming, I ask two questions here. So what is meant by family? Yes, what is family? Family like yours, family in your home? Yes. A group consisting of two parents and their children living together as a unit. This is called a family. Like as you and your mother, your father and your siblings, and maybe your cousins and maybe your grandfather, grandmother live in your home. So you are a complete family and you live together as a unit. So why family is important? Yes, yes, family is very important. Why it is important? Because it provides us love, support, framework of values to each of its members, and it provides a setting for personal growth. Yes, because due to family, we can groom ourselves very well. That our one of elder family member can tell us that this is a good thing for you, this is a bad thing for you. This thing you should be adopted, and this thing you must not. So family members always guide you. So if we talk about our next slides, that is yes. So our topic is the Ming dynasty. So first of all, you should know what is meant by dynasty. So dynasty is a line of hereditary rulers of a country. And is a word in a Chinese language, and it means bright or brilliant. So Ming means in Chinese language bright or brilliant. Okay, now I am coming towards our text. That is the text from your book. So I just uh, give you a close text from here. Yes, life in Chinese in the 1300 was not an easy time for its people. Its rulers, the Mongols, were too busy fighting among themselves to care about the people. Additionally, terrible diseases were there, and millions of the people. And there were also natural disasters, and in natural disasters there is including huge floods and earthquakes, and change was needed and would come from one family. So what is happening? This paragraph is all about life in China, and it was era of 1300. And yes, at that time life was not easy. The Mongols, the rulers, they were very much busy in their fightings, in their troubles, but they didn't have care. They didn't pay attention to the people. They have no care for their people. But there are also many natural disasters, and these natural disasters in these natural disasters, including floods, earthquakes, and one thing which was very much needed at that time, that who bring this change? Yes, one family. One family bring this change. Now I explained first paragraph to you. Now I will explain second paragraph for you. In second paragraph, there is a first word, that is Yu and Zheng. Okay, So who was Yuan Zheng? Yes, he was the leader of a group of Chinese rebel soldiers. So who are the rebel soldiers? Yes, rebel soldiers are those who didn't agree with their leaders and who didn't want to listen their leaders. They just want to do what they want to do. So the leader was Yuan Zheng, and he was from Yuan Zheng. He was a leader of Chinese. Okay, I will give you applause. Yes. Yuan Zheng was the leader of a group of Chinese rebel soldiers fighting the Mongol rulers, born to a family of poor farmers who joined the rebel soldiers in 1352 and rose to become their leader. And by the end of 1358, Zhu's army had attacked the capital Nanjing and beaten the Mongol army there. And Zhu continued fighting the Mongols until 1368 when he finally controlled the whole country and became emperor. In contrast to the dark times before, Zhu wanted to be seen positively, so he returned to the new government Ming, which means bright or brilliant in the Chinese language. Yes, as I have already told you that Ming means bright or brilliant. So what does Zhu wanted to do? He just wanted to give a positive impact there, and he named it as a new government Ming, which means bright or brilliant. Okay. Now we come towards our third paragraph. So the in third paragraph, here we talk about the new emperor and whose name was Hongwu, and he wanted to build a tightly controlled system to rule the country. Yes, what he wanted, he just wanted to keep the power in his hand. He didn't want to transfer the powers to others. He just wanted to rule the country by himself. And for to do this, his elder son was, and to do this, his son he set his eldest son as successor to the throne and sent his army, other sons, and sent his many other sons across China to rule large areas of the country for him. However, the plan was not successful. Okay, what Hungu was wanted, he wanted that his son become his successor. But according to the law of nature, everything which the person wanted that is not happened. So what happened there? His son died. As he was wanted to become his successor, but it was not happened. What happened? He was died. His death happened, and then who become his successor? His grandson become his successor, and his grandson name was Zhu Yanwen, and who became emperor Jianmin, and the new emperor did not know how his uncle, yes, because he was young, he was teenager, the young blood in his body, so he wanted to bring a change in his country. He didn't like the ways in which his uncle run the country. So when he came into the throne, when he came into the power, he what he do? He just killed his many of uncles. And then the fourth son of Hungu organized an attack on Jianmin and killed him. And then Zhu Du became emperor, and the China became richer and more powerful under him, and moved to from Beijing and built the famous 14 city, a Forbidden City. Yes, this is the Forbidden City. A large number of wooden ships were also built, which was close friend and which his close friend and explorer. Okay. Now we come towards our next paragraph. Yes. So what is happening here? Yes. Then he used to travel and become the world zone. Uh, he sailed to Arabia, Africa, and Europe and formed the provinces. And many countries he also introduced. So what happened there? Just he came into the throne, and then what he do? Yes. Then he sailed to Arabia, Africa, and Europe, and formed partnerships with many countries. And he also introduced international trade to the Chinese, and Europeans were particularly interested in Chinese silk and porcelain. Okay, what is porcelain? Porcelain is blue and white wing porcelain, and it's a hard white material which is used to make plates or bowls. So this is the porcelain, like as I will show you a picture here. Yes, this one. This one is blue and white wing porcelain, and this is Emperor Hungu, and this is the Forbidden City. So these are the pictures in your textbook. Okay. Okay, then Europeans were okay. Then over the next 276 years, 19 Ming emperors, all from the same family, ruled China. And during this time, the country established itself as a cultural and economic force. And for the first time, Chinese influence was felt across the world. And this influence has been felt ever since. And China has not forgotten what it gained from the many years of Ming rule. And it's unlikely that it would have become such an important global power without it. So we can say that how these families bring change, how these families bring change in China, and how they come into their land, and how they bring change. So this is all about the life of China. And the Ming dynasty was that 10 or and for 276 years following the collapse of Mongol, and the Ming dynasty was the last imperial dynasty in China ruled by Chinese. Okay. So these passages, what they tell us? They tell us about. Now I will give you a recap of the whole chapter. So these passages traces the history of the Ming rulers, that how they ruled, how they came into the power, what they wanted, and what happened. What are their wishes? But their wishes were not fulfilled sometimes because everything is not possible. So, what happened there? The passage traces that the history of the Ming rulers from its founder, Emperor Hungu, real name Yu Zhen Yang, and to those descendants who came after him, and the dynasty impact on making China as a strong nation. So these families when came into throne, these become China as a strong nation. Now, what you people do? Now you will do your homework task. And what is your homework task? That is, okay, your homework task is you will write a summary. Yes, you will write a summary. Write a summary of this passage. Fine. So this is your homework. You will write a summary of chapter. So this is your homework assignment. Fine. So this is your homework assignment. You will write the summary in your own words, and your summary should not have any extra information or unnecessary information. It should be up to the mark, it should be up to the requirement. So this is your homework assignment, and thank you very much for this session, and I hope that you will do your assignment of summary writing, and you will write a very good summary for this. So thank you very much. That's all from my side.